Our topic for today is the web and the internet. Okay, so we will start with the World Wide Web. Okay, so the World Wide Web was invented by Sir Tim Berners-Lee in the year 1989. Okay, so the World Wide Web is a system that enables you to access hypertext documents and other files over the internet. Okay, so this is a tool wherein it allows us to view websites, okay, and other information, okay, we need, okay, depending on the use. For example, gagamitin natin siya for studies, for business, okay, and other purposes. Okay, so yun yung World Wide Web. Okay, so by October of 1990, Sir Tim Berners-Lee had written the three fundamental technologies that remain the foundation of today's web. So these are HTML, or the Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, so it is a language used to design a web page. Okay, so it's not a programming language, but it is a markup language. So when we say markup language, it is consists of different tags. Okay, and usually these tags are used to design, okay, a web page or a website. And then we have URL, or Uniform Resource Locator. This is a kind of address that is unique and is used to identify to each resource on the web. Okay, usually this is the address that we put on the browser's address bar. Okay, like facebook.com, google.com. Okay, we call that URL. And finally, we have here HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, it allows for the retrieval of link resources from across the web. Okay, so it is a protocol wherein, okay, it allows us to uh, retrieve all the informations, okay, from the web. So without HTTP, we can't go to a particular website. Okay, so next, a website is a collection of linked web pages that has common theme or focus. While a homepage, it is considered as the main page of a website. Okay, this is where all of the pages on a particular website are organized around and linked back to. So homepage yung tawag doon. Okay, basta ito yung unang page na magpa-prompt sa inyo whenever you go to a certain website. Now, we have different generations of the web. We have three. Okay, so Web 1.0, it's called the read-only static web. We also have Web 2.0, or the read and write interactive web. And then we have the Web 3.0, or the read-write intelligent web. So let's start off with the Web 1.0, or read-only static web. Okay. So in Web 1.0, most websites are read-only. Okay, or it is focused on the company's home pages. Okay, in Web 1.0, okay, it means the web is used only as information portal, wherein it divides the World Wide Web into different usable directories. Okay, so it started with the simple idea to put all the contents together. So in Web 1.0, It is often, or it is also called the old internet, that only allows people to read from the internet. Okay? So walang ibang ah, ginagawa yung ibang users nun kundi magbasa lang. Okay? Kasi sa Web 1.0, it's only consists of pure text and images alone. Okay? Unlike yung mga web pages na or websites na pinupuntahan natin ngayon na sobrang interactive. So it's not like that. In Web 1.0, so we could consider or we could say na it's a boring website kasi okay, it's just pure text. Okay? So disadvantages of Web 1.0 includes, okay, since it is read only or it's only pure text, no? So limited lang yung user interaction and it lacks standards which can cause, no, the website to be hacked or to be easily compromised kasi nga, no, since it's lacking of web standards, then that means na vulnerable yung mga websites na ganito. Then we have Web 2.0. Okay. So it's read, write, interactive web. Now in Web 2.0, it is a platform that gives the users the possibility to control their idea or their data. Okay. This is about user-generated content and the read-write web. So in here, so most people are consuming as well as contributing information through blogs or through sites. Kasi dito, you give the users the freedom, okay, to do whatever they want to do on the web. Okay? Because it allows the user to interact also with the page known as dynamic. So when we say a page is dynamic, then it means na it is changing. Just like for example, no, yung mga news websites. Okay? So sa news websites, they release articles which are updated from time to time. And that makes it dynamic. Okay? Sa Web 1.0 kasi hindi mo yan magagawa. Once you put a content sa Web 1.0, okay, hindi mo yan agad-agad na ma-update. You can only update that if, okay, you will edit the content, no, programmatically. So you need the programmer or the web developer of that website to edit it, okay, bago mo ulit ma-upload, okay, sa live page mo. Where unlike kapag Web 2.0, hindi mo na kailangang hanapin si programmer or si web developer mo. You can edit your content instantly. Okay? That's how dynamic pages work. So in Web 2.0 also, it is focused on the ability for people to collaborate and share information online via social media, blogging, and web-based communities. Now, there are key features of Web 2.0. Among these are, number one, Foxonomy. So, when we say Foxonomy, this allows the users to categorize, to sort, okay, to classify or arrange information using free chosen keywords, okay, or otherwise known as tagging. And then we have rich user interface. In here, the content is dynamic and is responsive to the user's input. So a very good example would be a website that shows a local content. Okay, next we have a user participation, wherein the owner of the website is not the only one who is able to put content. Others are able to place a content on their own by means of comments, reviews, and evaluation. And then we have long tail. When we say long tail, in here, services are offered on demand rather than a one-time purchase. Okay? So this is synonymous to subscribing to a data plan that charges you for the amount of time you spent on the internet, or a data plan that charges you for the amount of bandwidth you used. Okay? So some of these are mga digital services that we avail every month, as like Spotify, what else? Netflix, okay? Stuff like that. So user participation, the best example of that would be the social media, okay? Because it is where not only the owner of a website is not the only one who is in charge to put content, no? For example, in my page, in my Facebook page, no, I can put a content there, for a particular product that I am selling, and then other users might as well put their content, their comment, no, their suggestion about that product. Okay, so those are the examples of the key features of Web 2.0. Okay, the next generation of the web is the Web 3.0, or the read-write intelligent web. So this was suggested by John Markoff of the New York Times. Okay? So tinawag niyang read-write intelligent web yung next generation ng web. Okay? So in this generation, all the applications on the web or mobile will be upgraded with more features. Okay, it applies same principles as Web 2.0, or the two-way interaction. Okay, but in Web 3.0, okay, this will be more connected, more open, and more intelligent. Okay, with the semantic web technologies. Okay, so when we say semantic web technologies, ito na yung mga emerging technologies natin like AI, robotics, okay, mga machine learning, and autonomous agents, okay? And also, when we say semantic web, this provides a framework that allows data to be shared and reused, okay, to deliver web content specifically targeting a specific user, okay? So, Web 3.0 is a web of data. Okay, and Web 3.0 is changing the web into a language that can be read and categorized by the system rather than the humans. Okay, so we have different types of websites, no? So isa-isahin natin sila. And let's begin with the e-commerce website. Okay, so when we say e-commerce website, it is a website where people can directly buy products. Okay, so you've probably used number of e-commerce websites, no? So we have yan, mga Lazada, Shopee, Zalora, okay? So e-commerce website, okay, is any website that includes a shopping cart and a way for us to provide yan, mga credit card information, minsan COD, no, to make a purchase that falls into any of our categories that we like. Okay. Next, we have a business website. Okay, so it is any website that devotes to representing a specific business. Okay, so when we create a business website, we make sure that it should be branded. Okay, just like the business, no, yung same logo and positioning, okay? And then we make sure na dun sa homepage, no, yung ating number one product should be there, or yung best seller natin. Dapat yun yung highlight nung homepage. Okay. Next one. So if we think about internet browsing habits, then probably we think of ito, mga entertainment websites. Okay? So, syempre when we say entertainment websites, so syempre main aim niyan is Okay, for us to be entertained, no? For entertainment purposes. Ito yung mga websites consisting of mga fun facts, mga trivias, okay? Stuffs like that. Next is the portfolio website. So a portfolio website are websites devoted to showing examples of our past work, okay? Or achievements. Okay. So this type of website is simpler to build than a business website. And it is more focused on a particular task, which is yung collecting or collection of our achievements, our work samples. So it is a website wherein parang binabandera natin yung mga achievements natin, okay? May I just share, no? Kasi sa mga IT professionals, whenever they apply for work, okay, and the HR would ask if sa resume nila, okay, kung meron bang attached na work samples, okay, and then some IT professionals would just put there the link of their portfolio website, okay, wherein the HR would go to that website para makita niya, no, if ano ba yung mga achievements nitong aspiring na employee na to. Okay, because it is in this portfolio website, okay, wherein your project, especially sa mga IT professionals, no, wherein yung mga past projects nila, websites or apps that they created, okay, dapat andi dito sa portfolio website. Because this would be the extension of their resume whenever they want to apply for work. Okay? Next is the media website. So, media website. So, these are the sites wherein it collects news stories or other reporting. So, minsan na napag-interchange natin, no, yung entertainment websites sa media websites. Pero yung media websites are more likely to include reported pieces in addition to or instead of content meant purely for entertaining. Okay? So, brochure website. So, a brochure website are a simplified form of business websites. So these are for businesses, no, that know that they need an online presence but don't want to invest a lot into, let's say, maybe you're confident you'll continue to get most of your business from other sources. Okay, a simple brochure site that includes just a few pages that lay out the basics of what they do and provide contact information may be enough, okay, for viewers. Next, we have a non-profit website. Okay. In the same way that businesses need a website to be their online presence, so non-profit websites do it as well. So a non-profit website is the easiest way for many potential donors to make donations and will be the first place many people look to learn more about a non-profit and determine if they want to support it. Okay. So these are websites used for donations. Next is educational website. So the websites of educational institutions and those offering online courses fall into the category of educational websites. So yung main goal ng website na to is either providing educational materials to visitors or providing information on an educational institution. Next is the personal website. So not all website exists to make money in some way or another. Minsan there are many people who are just fond of creating their personal websites to put their own thoughts out into the internet world. Okay? So may mga taong ganyan. So this category includes yan, mga personal blogs, no? Mga vlogs, photo diaries, okay, that to people share with the world or with the cyber world. Next is the very popular, okay, wiki or community forum website. Okay, so these are often a website designed for students, no? Kasi it's for educational purposes. Yan, very famous na wiki natin. Syempre, yung Wikipedia, no? A wiki is any website where various users are able to collaborate on the content and make their own tweaks or edits and changes as they see fit. So there are wikis for fun communities, meron din sa business resources, and for collecting valuable information sources. Okay? So Wikipedia, okay? So siguro we refrain from using it as a reference, no, sa ating research kasi sabi nga sa description there are a lot of people who edits a certain content or a particular content dito sa Wikipedia. So if that's the case, then hindi tayo assured na credible yung information kasi nga madami yung nag-e-edit. Okay? So we refrain from considering it as one of our resources, no, sa ating research. Now we go to the internet. So the internet or the net or network of network is the largest computer network in the world that connects billions of computer users. Okay? So it comes from the combination of the word interconnection and network. Okay? So these are the major components of the internet. We have servers. So when we say server, it is a computer program that provides service to another computer program and its user. Okay, a very good example of this is yung nasa mga computer shop. Okay, meron tayong client. Okay, ito yung mga ginagamit ng mga nag-i-internet dun sa computer shop. Then meron tayong server. Ito yung nagko-control, no? Kung hanggang ilang hours lang yung particular user na pwedeng gamitin yung computer. Okay? Next is the IP address or the Internet Protocol. So it is a numerical label assigned to each device. So this provides identity to a network device. So kunwari, yung phone mo ngayon na ginagamit, okay? Once it is connected to a network, for example, to a Wi-Fi na lang, okay? So once it is connected to a Wi-Fi, it has a IP address that would automatically be assigned to the device. Okay, once na connected siya sa Wi-Fi, okay, ma-assign yan or mabibigyan yan automatic ng internet protocol address. So browser, it is an application program that provides a way to look information on the web. So without browsers, we can go to our favorite social media websites or to any other websites that we visit. So some of the popular examples of a browser include mga Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari, okay, and Microsoft Edge. Now next, we have the domain name system or the DNS. It is the phone book of the internet. It is where we access information online through domain names. And then next we have ISP or the Internet Service Provider. So provider yan, nagkulang lang ako ng R dito sa aking slide. Okay, so Internet Service Provider. It is an organization that provides services for accessing, using, or participating in the internet. So ayan, si PLDT, okay, si Globe, yung bagong internet service provider ngayon, yung Dito, okay? So, yun yung example niyan. Now, there are a lot of uses of the internet. So, some of these include the following: to look for information, okay? So, for schoolworks, also to search jobs, especially ngayon, in this time of pandemic, no? So, some people, okay, opt to apply jobs online kasi nga the fear of going out, no? Para hindi sila ma-infect ng virus, they decide na lang to apply online jobs. Then to send and receive electronic mail. Also for video conferencing, just like what we are doing now, no? To buy and sell products. Alam naman natin ngayon, no, in this uh, trying times of pandemic, there are a lot of uh, people who sell products online, no? Yung mga nagbebenta ng mga toys, ng mga dresses, mga ukay, 'di ba? Why not, no? We make use or we take advantage of the technologies that we have, no? To buy and sell products. Yeah, next is for social networking, to watch and post videos, also for games, no? For entertainment, to take college courses, to monitor home while we are away. So some technologies now include, no, yung naka-connect yung kanilang mga CCTV, okay, naka-upload online so that whenever they go, no, natatrack pa rin nila or na-monitor pa rin nila yung activities inside their homes. Also for financial transactions, okay, alam naman na natin ngayon na sobrang dali na lang to pay, no, dun sa mga gusto nating bilhin online through yung mga payment gateways, no? Pwedeng credit card, ano pa ba, GCash, no? Mga online transfers, no? Sobrang dali na lang ngayon 'yan because of yung mga modern technologies natin. And also to download music and movies, okay? So yan yung mga some of the uses of internet. Okay, so now we go to some misconceptions about the internet. Okay? So, we don't say na pa-connect ako sa internet. Okay, we say pa-connect ako sa Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's the right thing to say. Okay, para hindi tayo nagkakalituhan. And then, you don't say mahina ang internet. But, we should say mabagal lang speed, no, ng internet. Or, slow yung speed ng internet. And also, ayan, ano nga ba yung tinatawag nating internet bandwidth? Okay? So when we say bandwidth, it is how much information you receive every second, okay? While yung speed naman is the measurement of how fast, no, that information is received or downloaded. Okay, just like sa uh, image na andito sa slide, no, yung internet bandwidth is nasa 72.91, okay, Mbps. Okay? So, for example, yung router or yung PLDT na modem pala, yung PLDT na modem, it receives 72.91 Mbps, no? So, 72.91 MB, okay, yung kaya niyang i-download na files, no, per second. Okay? Now, for example, yun yung bandwidth ah. Now, for example, 5 kayo na gumagamit ng internet sa inyong bahay. So, that bandwidth would be divided by the number of users. Okay, so 72 divided by 5, that would give you approximately, no, 14.4 Mbps na speed, okay, per user ng internet. Okay? So, ganun yon. Yun yung difference ng bandwidth at saka speed. Think of the analogy of bandwidth as yung faucet natin sa bahay, no? If may naliligo sa CR or sa bathroom and then may naghugas ng plato sa kitchen. Okay, that means mag-a-adjust yung flow ng water. Okay, kapag sabay-sabay na may gumagamit ng faucet, okay, that means hindi ganun ka-stable yung flow ng tubig. Whereas kapag iisa lang yung gumagamit ng tubig nyo sa bahay, for example, yan, naliligo ka, mag-isa mo lang gumagamit nung faucet ng tubig, then that means solong-solo mo, no? Solong-solo mo, mas mabilis, no? Mas madaming tubig yung lalabas. So parang ganun yung analogy nung internet bandwidth at internet speed. Okay. So now, tapos na nating i-discuss yung World Wide Web and also the internet. Now, ano nga ba yung difference nung dalawang to? Or are they the same? Or may difference ba? Malalaman natin. Okay. So, I'll give you here an analogy. Okay. So, in this analogy, think of the World Wide Web as a cinema. And the URL as the address of this cinema. Now, syempre, if may cinema ka, syempre, kailangan mo dyan ng films, no? Para ipapanood mo sa mga tao. Now, yung films na andi dito sa analogy natin, these are the websites. Okay? And then, for you to be able to go to a particular cinema, syempre, kailangan mo ng transport. Kailangan mo ng car or any vehicle. Okay? Now, in our analogy, yun yung HTTP. Okay? That transports you from your home to the cinema. Okay? So, kumbaga, without HTTP, you can't go to the address of the website that you want to visit. Then, syempre, and as we've learned from today's topic that websites or web page consists of HTML tags, no? So, ganun din sa analogy natin dito. For you to be able to produce films, kailangan mo ng equipment. Okay? Now, if the World Wide Web is the cinema and the HTTP is the vehicle, okay, that you use to transport yourself papunta dun sa cinema, ano naman ngayon yung internet? So, the internet is the road, no, going to that cinema. Okay? So, yan yung perfect analogy natin ng World Wide Web at ng internet. Because World Wide Web is just one of the many services of the internet. Okay? So, for example, when you use data on your mobile phone or check your email or even play a video game, okay, with other gamers or with other users around the world, you are sending and receiving information through the internet. So, your device becomes a part, okay, of the network. Okay, don't forget that World Wide Web is just one of the services of the internet. Okay? Meron pang other services of the internet includes yung Skype, no? Yung video, teleconferencing. Okay? So, ibang services ng internet yon. Okay? So, that ends our topic for today. So, thank you for listening.